Hello everybody, this is Lauris from Stakepool 24/7 with another video. As most of you know, there's a new release. It's Cardano Node 1.14.2 is there, and actually a lot of people are struggling to install it, to compile it, because there's some small tricks you have to follow to successfully compile this version. So this time we again will be using Google Cloud as our platform, where we'll be installing 3 nodes on one VPS server. The guide is updated. Actually, you can use the guide, and if you don't want to watch the video, just follow the guide. And I just updated recently, so it's up to date and you're ready to go. But for those who want to see and follow the video guide, you're welcome. So let's start by creating an instance. And yeah, so I'm usually going with 2 to 4 gigabytes of memory. It depends, if it's a core, then 2 gigabytes actually is enough, but you can go with 4 just to be sure. I'll take European servers, it's closer to me, so yeah, N1 is good, and I will go with 2 CPU plus 8 gigs, so this is a little bit faster to compile. And then also, if you have 3 nodes, then it's a good idea to have some more horsepower there. As again, I'm using Ubuntu as our server. I will go with this one, and yeah, some 30 gigs of disk space. For production, of course, I would suggest to attach additional external disks and put the DB there, but for this purpose 30 gigs for 3 nodes just to play around should be enough. Initially you could actually go for more if you plan to run for a long time, then of course 30 gigs it's not much for 3 nodes, but for testing purposes and training purposes it's enough. What else we need? Not much actually. Let's create. Let's just double check. Let's call it Cardano Node. Okay, Node. And once 2 CPUs. Good. Ubuntu. Good. Okay, let's create it. So again, if you have any questions, I always suggest to join our Telegram group, because it's quite hard to answer questions on comments on YouTube. So that's why, if you have any questions, doubts, so just join our Telegram group, and there are a lot of people who can help you. Okay, so good. The server is up and running. This time I will not create secure shell keys, etc. I will just use the internal secure shell, which is provided by Google Cloud Console. So you just go, click here, open browser, new window. Anyway, if somebody wants to create keys and connect with external application, then I would just suggest you to watch the Cardano Node installation guide, which is for the 12th version, because I go through the generation of keys, and so you can use these keys to connect to the server. We are good to go. Let me just expand the window onto the full screen. So yeah, so basically this is a full secure shell client, web-based, so shouldn't be any issues. You just log in with it and you are good to go. So by default it opens with some default account, which has administrative rights. So, but basically we'll follow the guide and create additional user. So let's see. So let's go to the guide, and let's just go and create Cardano user. Let's do that. Just copy paste. Oh, sorry, sudo. Either, yeah, because I didn't follow fully the guide. So basically, first you do sudo, switch to root user. Sometimes it's easier for that. I'm usually using sudo for all my commands, but anyway, you can switch to sudo, So basically you're switching to root user, which is the super administrator of the system, and then you don't need to add the sudo command in front of administrative command line commands. Okay, so basically let's create Cardano user. Type your favorite password. Yeah. Okay, that's whatever here. Information correct. Good. So we created the user Cardano on which will be actually running the nodes, and let's just add it to administrative group. So this user execute administrative commands which need these super user rights. Okay, done. So what's next? Cardano, we can check when we don't need, so that's just an explanation. Okay, so user is done. So what we can do, we can log out from that user, and let's switch to the new created user by sudo switch user Cardano. Okay, good. As we see, we are user Cardano and we are in sudo users group, so we can sudo launch administrative commands. Okay, first thing first, let's update the system. As you see, this will just update the system, and second command actually install the necessary packages for installation of Cardano Node, which is super important. There are some packages without which you will not be able to set up the node. Okay, that was a quick one. Okay, somehow it doesn't want to switch to next. Okay, and then let's install this one. These are the packages which you need. Okay, somehow this is not good. Okay, good. So it will install all the necessary packages. Let me just resize the screen a little bit. It will be easier. Okay, it will take some 1 minute. Of course, as always, the longest time takes the installation of Cardano Node by itself. But anyway, these things also take some while. Okay, so this will be the update. After update, we need actually to export this one. Otherwise, again, you know, you'll be. Oh, I didn't copy it. You'll not be able to compile the Cardano node. Just copy. Okay, good. And let's move to install the Cabal. Okay, let's just copy all the commands at once. Paste. Okay, copied, removed. Okay, create. Yeah, directory and copied. Okay, so again, let's export the path so system knows where to look for the Cabal binary. Good. As we see, we have now added to the path also the path to the binary. Okay, now just let's update to the latest version of Cabal. This can take some 2 minutes. So as you see so far, it's very simple. Just copy the commands, paste. Just check if you don't skip something, and so far so good. Okay, this will take some short time. Yeah. So otherwise, you know, there are a lot of questions coming regarding configuration. This is not the perfect configuration. Actually, it's just a test configuration when you have 3 nodes running on one server, because you need to actually run each node on separate server. Okay, let's just continue with this one, because of course it doesn't make sense to have all 3 nodes on one server because of the security for the chain, for the network, and for the servers. And yeah, so that's why this is just a test version. So we are not opening any ports, because all the nodes are connecting internally to each other. So no firewall settings need to be changed there. but this is just a demonstration how to have an initial setup of the nodes. And of course, then when you understand, when you play around, you can later on just kill the two nodes and leave one core node, and then run another server, install again, and just so just split each node to each of the server. You can do it on whatever your home PC, which has Linux, Amazon Web Services. I'm using Google Cloud. You can do in DigitalOcean, whatever. So it's up to you. For me, yeah, I went with Google Cloud, and it's fine for me. Okay, so now everything is done there. Okay, so let's check which version we have. 865, perfect. Moving on. So now the most interesting part, or I don't know, and the part which we were waiting for, which is actually installation of the Cardano node. So all the things we done before, you just prerequisites, so everything is up, so everything is fine for compilation. So let's check. So which version we have now? Latest version, as I mentioned before, is 1.14.2, this one. So let's go with that, and okay, let's copy first. Let's take this one, and then let's add this nice line. Let's just put it there, so the Cabal installation processes package. Okay, so I think we are good to go. Actually, that's all we need. Okay, this is there, all the sources there. Yeah, and actually that's it. You just run Cabal build all, and as always, go grab some coffee, and yeah, so it will take around 20 to 30 minutes or even more. It depends on your CPU, but yeah, it usually takes some 30 minutes. So as always, if you have any questions, and if you stumble something and some unexpected errors, as always, join the Telegram group, either our group or any other. There are some more good groups which can help you, and a lot of people who will be helping you. As we are the pioneers, so of course we are looking forward to help as many as we can, to help them to build the pools and get ready for the mainnet, because yeah, so as that's why actually I'm doing this video, just to help more people, because it's unfortunately I'm not able to answer all the questions through Telegram. That's why I have the group where a lot of people who have already gone through installation process and are stumbling on some issues. They know the answers, so therefore it's not only me and other friends and family members who can help you, but there's also other peers which can help you. That's why it's very important. If you have any questions, just go to the channel, Telegram channel, and ask the question, and don't try just to paste some comment on the YouTube. It's quite hard, and I'm not going to answer and print command lines in YouTube comments. So that's why just join the Telegram group, and yeah, we'll do our best to help you to set up the node. After you have been watching this, you can also go to watch other videos, how to configure, how to generate keys for your pool, how to do that. So I actually recently made a video about tools, which are actually quite handy. Of course, if you want to go hardcore, I would suggest at least for one time, do everything by hand, create transactions and calculations and submit the keys, etc., because then you get the better idea how it works and what you have to do. But of course you can go and try tools, and yeah, it's faster, and then later on you can dive in more technical details as soon as you have your pool running, it's syncing. So yeah, so it's actually a challenge which I would dare you to take and try, for the first time to register the pool using the command prompt, and yeah, basically doing by hand. So there are a lot of guides which can help you do that, and I think it will take some 2 hours at least initially to do that. Of course, with the scripts it will take 2-3 minutes. It's easy. Okay, so I will be leaving this one to run. I think it will take 25 minutes. I'll be back. I will go grab some water and we'll be back here. And yeah, so I will pause the video, and as soon as it's done, let's continue then with setting up the configuration for running the 3 nodes on one server. Okay, talk to you soon. Okay, so everything looks done, compilation done, so let's move to the next step. So I think it took around 25 minutes to compile. So anyway, that thing is done. So let's now just copy the executive files or binary files to their respective location where we need them. Just again copying, and then let's see. No, okay, don't want that. Okay, then let's just see if the system will find. Yeah, so it's incorrect path, everything good, we are actually good to go. So you can even check the built-in scripts, and we should be running. Just let's see what's going on. Okay, so let's see. Yep, as you see, we are starting chain extended, so getting chain, everything is good. So let's cancel this one, because this is actually from the mainnet. We'll be setting up a Shelley TestNet. Good, so we have installed the Cardano node without any hiccup. So just follow the guidelines here, guides, and yeah, let's move forward to the next step, where we'll be actually configuring everything. Okay, let's just go and copy the scripts, the command line commands, and just let's move on. And now we actually created 3 separate configuration folders for each of our node. One is called core, relay 1, relay 2. And then you can download the latest configuration file. So this is the link which will be always pointing to the latest configuration files. Yeah, let's copy this one and paste here. So you should have 3 files: ShelleyTestNet, config, Genesis, and Topology. And then let's just edit the config file. You can use nano editor. And what we need, we have to actually change 2 parameters. One is the trace block fetch decision, just set to true. And from simple view, let's go to live view. So it's the view where you can see nice graphical user interface. Let's save it, Ctrl X, and yes, enter. Okay, that's done. Downloaded, edited the 2 things, and then we just copy each of the file to a respective directory, so folder core, relay, and relay 2. Done. And let's create directories for the database and the socket. Usually it's already there, but it's just in case, let's write anyway. So if it's not there, then it will create, and then actually it's done. We already can launch our node in the testnet, on the testnet. So let's see. Here you go. The latest version, Shelley, and syncing all the blocks. Okay, good. So this was for the core, as you see, core configuration, config, ShelleyTestNet config. So we have the screen. Yes, we can check also the configuration files of relays. Good, running, cool, quit. Okay, and relay 2 configuration file. Good. So we have 3 node configuration files, each set up for different port and different configuration. So currently all the topologies are the same, so let's check that. So let's edit the core topology file. So this is the file which shows where the core node should connect. So, and of course the core node should only connect to your relay nodes, and here we have the configuration already there. So let's just copy this one. Let's go here. Let's just copy the core node configuration. I'll just switch to my favorite one. Okay, let's just delete everything and paste in the text from here. So basically there are 2 relays, relay 1 which is on the same server on port 3001, and relay 2 which is on the same server on port 3002, which already we defined here. You see relay 2 is sitting on port 3002, relay 1 is sitting on 3001, and core node is actually sitting on port 3000. Okay, so that's what we are showing there for the core node, that it has only the only option for it is to connect to the relay nodes, and then actually the relay nodes should be facing public access and deliver the information to your core node. Okay, that's it. And the same let's do with the relay nodes. I'm using the vid editor. You can use whatever you prefer. Nano is, I think, the best one for people who are just starting. Okay, so this is the for relay 1. We see the relay 1 is connecting to the core node and to the IHK public nodes, and again to the relay 2 node. Okay, let's save, and let's do the same for the relay 2. Basically what we are doing, we are editing the topology file in the relay 2 folder. This is the default one. Let's delete that and let's paste the configuration which we need. Okay, good. Let's save this. Okay, the topology is done. Now let's focus on setting up the launch scripts for the nodes. So there are actually several files. So you see start all. So this will basically launch all the nodes in 4 windows, 3 nodes and 1 htop. So this is like a small monitoring tool for you to see the process, what's going on. Stop all, which basically kills the session and the nodes. And these are separate launch scripts for each of the node. Core for the core node without any keys. So the keys, if you want to run block producing node, you have to check another manual how to do that. Actually, I had this video where I talk about that. You can check other videos. And relay 1 and relay 2. So basically it's almost the same, except that there's configuration, different configuration for each node. You can either copy, like nano start all and open for editing the file and paste in this one, and then again for this and this. But actually what you can do, I have created a GitHub, so where you can just download the current files to your server. So just copy, here you go, and then just going to the directory. Here are the files, and what you can do, you can just copy all the shell scripts to your Cardano Node scripts folder. Good. Let's go there. By default, actually, there should be already executable files. So, but anyway, let's add some. If you don't have, you can just copy. So these scripts are executable. Okay, so that's actually it. We have configured, we have set up the startup scripts. So fingers crossed, let's launch the nodes with this start of scripts, and everything should be syncing as we speak. Yes, so everything is good. Let's check the nodes. Great. Two HK nodes plus a local relay node, and this one is just connecting to the local ones. Okay, so that's it from my side. So if you have any questions, just contact me on Telegram. Here is it at the end. You just click it and join our Telegram group. If you just want to say hi, you are welcome as well. So we're always welcoming new members who just want to hang around and learn from other mistakes. So yeah, you're welcome. Just also don't forget to hit the like button for this video and subscribe for new videos which will be coming out as soon. We have some new versions. So that's it from me today. So if you have any questions, just contact me, and see you soon.